All right. Hi guys, this is Brad here. I just wanted to show you the difference here. I have two Blade helicopters. One is the Blade 120SR. You can see that here. Hopefully you can. I had the red canopy on it. After learning on the other canopy, the stock yellow one, it ended up being cracked too much. So I took it off. The other helicopter I have right here is the Blade MCPX version 2. It's not the brush, it's just the older one, the version 2. But what I want to show you, at least for like size comparison on these, if you look, the 120 is quite a bit bigger than the MCPX V2, right? What I'm going to do is fly these out in the driveway here. Look at the difference between a collective pitch and a fixed pitch. Now, I'm not an expert pilot by any means, and so something happens, it happens, right? But I'm flying both of them, so you can see at my skill level with both these helicopters the difference between a collective pitch and a fixed pitch. So let's try the 120SR to begin with. So I already have the battery in that, and it's spooled up. We're ready to go here. So I was going to hover, because all I'm going to be doing. You can watch it. It's a fairly blustery day here right now. The winds aren't terribly high, but high enough to really affect these little birds. And that's the point of the exercise here. So you can watch this. It's not too bad right now. Hopefully you can still see this. If a wind of gust comes by, you'll notice it really blows this small bird around here quite a bit. So far, it's been pretty calm. There's a little bit of gust here. Like I said, so there the wind kind of pushed it into the bushes a little bit too close. So I'm going to go get that back. I'll pull the battery out on it and stuff, and what I'll do then is we'll do the MCPX version 2 and see the difference in how it is. So I'm going to pull the battery out of this one first. And I want to point out too that I'm using the stock transmitter that come with these. These are both bind and fly birds. This is the 120 transmitter. Excuse me, they're ready to fly birds. And this is the one that comes with the MCPX version 2. It's Spectrum DX4E with it. So I get that turned on. I'm going to get the battery put on here. Okay, I got to let it settle for a second. Alright, looks like we're good to go. So now I'll hover this one here for a little bit and you can watch it. You can see in the background some of the trees, the leaves, and the bluster with them a little bit. Okay, got throttle hold off. Let's see how this works. You see this bird's a lot more stable than the other one in the wind here. Even though it's half the size, it's with the collective pitch on it, it's able to really drive the copter up or down depending on the gusts of wind. Plus, it's a lot snappier, the motor on it. I first switched into this helicopter from the 120 SR. It was a little bit of a challenge at first. So the wind really wants to float it up, but you have more control with the collective pitch on it. With the fixed pitch, you tend to have to let it just kind of float down in the wind, and sometimes it can idle down pretty slow. And it's kind of a little bit of a trick to get the 120 to fly in the wind. I'm not the best at it. I can do some. Just hovering is a lot different than just flying around too. You can see the wind kind of, I mean, it's really blowing right there right now on this little bird, but I'm able to keep it in relatively close position here. Whoa. It goes up on me a little bit, huh? Alright, I'm going to go ahead and land that. Alright, throttle hold, and we're done. So hopefully you can kind of see the difference with this between the two. The fixed pitch bird, even though it's bigger, you kind of have to really float it in the wind. In order, when the wind takes it, the only way you can get it to come back down is to let off the throttle, and you have to really just kind of float it back down. And it takes a lot of control. It tends to really push it around. With this little collective pitch, the MCPX version 2, even though it's much smaller, it's a dynamic little bird, and with that collective pitch on there, you can really throttle it up and down and in the wind. Anyway, thanks for watching.